Alright YouTube, we're back. Temporarily reattached Beaky's head here. That way we could get an idea of where we're at. I don't want the body as big as it is. His feet are going to stay this big. So we're not going to be changing the feet. Other than maybe detailing the toes out, obviously. But I think the legs are way too wide. We need to shrink them down. So let's kind of just mark. So the pen will mark. There we go. So mark it like that. Yeah, there we go. So then, anatomically speaking, the rest of the leg will be right here in the middle of the foot. We've shaped the wings somewhat because he's a dopey bird, so he doesn't really have normal wings. I'm really concerned about his mouth coming out right. I mean, obviously the wood's pretty marred, so we could paint it in if we need to. But let's see, I need to shrink it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is get a notch out. I'll probably break his head back off by accident. I didn't attach it permanently yet. I'm notching it like this, kind of like a V shape across where the throat area is. That way we can remove some of the neck up to that point, because he has a very tiny neck. That side's already shallower. Yeah, see, everything's just all jacked up here. Okay. I have a little bit of a slope to his beak here. It has to come to a little bit of a point there. Okay. Now these wings are getting a little thinner as we get closer to the finish line. Just needed to beef them up for now. That's good. Alright, so what we're going to do is get rid of this little part of the leg here, because the leg's not out that far. The leg is going to be under the body somewhat. If you're just thinking about it somewhat realistically. I mean, granted, it's a cartoon, so you can make it however you want, but I'm trying to keep it within some realm of believable.
I called him that night, and he said it was a horrible day, but, you know, I felt really exhausted. I just came home, rubbed one out, and fell asleep. I feel much better now, want to get ice cream. That's who men are. Like, they can masturbate out dead man sadness. And to the point where they can get ice cream. We can't do that. If I did that, I'd be like, I'm sorry, man, I'm disgusted. they can wear an entire outfit for their team and watch it on television and help the team win.
Alright, we got that shrunk down.
But we're crazy.
Let's go ahead and shrink the other side down.
Seriously? You know how nuts that is? That would be like me sitting in a swivel chair to watch The Voice. Women aren't hurricanes. You can't predict our behavior. That's why it appears crazy. Crazy. We're like tornadoes. You ever been in a tornado? You're just sitting, relaxing, enjoying the day. And all of a sudden, shit don't feel right. The climate changes just like that. It just changes. You look at it in the distance and what's that?
Trying to fix the shape of the body here for a minute. You can tell the symmetry was off a little bit because we didn't have a big issue on the other side. We do have on this side. So this is where I wish I was ambidextrous. A little better. We're going to want to edge it out. I'm going to try and let this one run a good deal again. That way we don't have a bunch of clips. I think that's what I'm going to try this year is on some of these more, I don't want to say simple, but less involved, less detailed carvings. I'm going to try and let them, where they're not so boring, let them record longer. That way we have less clips. And I don't know if y'all do the same thing as I do. Sometimes I'll just put the cursor on the little bar and just kind of speed through it to see what's going on between each little segment. I really need to do the time-lapse thing on some of these videos for you guys. So maybe that's another thing I'll take some time to fool with. Yeah, I realize I like doing wood carving, so not the most technologically advanced guy. I don't know, I think we loosened a foot. Darn it, this crappy wood. Alright, let's leave that alone for a minute. Okay. edge out this wing a little bit more.
You know why you're supposed to come here for this taping? It's an important night. It's a big night. For me it is. Maybe not for you people, but for me it is.
And be very careful here that we don't
He said I gave him the wrong date.
break it.
I don't know how many of you get
That's one thing, guys. If you're starting out, you gotta learn how to apply just the right amount of force without breaking it. And sometimes it'll break anyway. As long as you can try and keep that somewhat of a soft touch to it, you'll do pretty well. Granted, I just snapped the head off in the first part of our video, as you all saw, and I think our foot over here is about a hair away from breaking off. I think we got it. Now, here's one of the techniques I use to try and avoid putting too much strain on a certain part to try and remove some of the wood. Is now that we've kind of gone through our little outline, now I'm just going to go and score the piece that we're removing up to our, kind of like a back C. Boom. Came right out. Visual explains it so much easier than I just tried to.
I don't mean like special needs. I mean like not complicated. Look at them. I do comedy every single night for 20-something years. And every night I look at it, no matter where I am, whether it's this
hollowing this little part out is going to be a little bit more difficult, but we don't have to get to that right away. Gosh, everything is so fragile. I knew going into this the neck, so working on the head, I knew that was going to be a little pain in the butt because I knew the neck would probably end up snapping, but did not realize pretty much every part of this is starting to wiggle on me. Trying to find a better supplier for wood. It's really hard to get basswood in the size that I like, and balsa is what I primarily use because it's a lot easier to video for you guys. The carvings come together so much quicker using balsa. The balsa is a very soft wood, so it carves easy, but you're running the risk of having what this guy here is doing, where it just wants to break a lot. A lot of craft stores all just carry balsa, and then I go to Woodcraft a lot, and they carry the basswood in the size I like sometimes, but they seem predominantly like they cater towards people who like build cabinets, furniture, signs, plaques, I mean all kinds of stuff like that. Not so much hand carving, more machine related, which man can't knock them for it. Probably make them bank off that. Some of those machines cost a freaking small fortune. So as far as a hobby, I don't know why anybody would shell that kind of cash out. Let's see.
In the world, not just New York, not just this country, the world, want all women to shut the fuck up. They want it. And right now, some of them are going, oh my God, how does she know this? They all want it. Not be quiet, not tone it down. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. And some of you thinking, no, not my mom. Keep on this parent 50 years. Next time mom comes in and look in Peepaw's eyes. There's a little man behind Peepaw's eyes going,
No, I just broke his neck. I'll get out of the way anyway. Crap.
Peepaw thinks he's never gonna ever get to see Final Jeopardy.
fudge, man.
Men
I
don't
just
ask each
broke the
other
wing.
questions. Have you noticed it? They don't. Most men just tell each other things unless they're at work or a sporting event. Very rarely do you hear a man ask another man questions. You might not have noticed because you have lives, but I don't. Men just say things like, I'm going to comedy club tonight. Me too. See you there. All right.
It's by far the
They don't even know this is a
crappiest
fucking show.
block of wood.
They don't know until they get home to her and she starts asking pertinent questions. Like she's just sitting in there making dinner. And he walks in with this stupid little piece of information. I saw Tom. He's going to the comedy club tonight. And she's like, what does that mean? Are we going? I was making dinner. Who's the comic? Are we going to eat there? Because I was making something. And you know, the children are home. So what are we going to do about the children? Are your parents in town or are you just going to tie them to the fucking radiator? Is that your plan? You see how it sounds like we're nags, ladies? It sounds naggy, doesn't it? It sounds naggy. But men, do you see how you fuck our lives up? With your stupid information nugget, with that dumb little piece of information. This Tom's going to the comedy club.
Our bird is just
She wasn't bothered.
falling to pieces here, guys. We've lost a wing, a head, and a foot.
Talking to you, not texting you, not asking you anything. Just
Oh well.
by herself and you
Just soldier on.
Tom's going to come and she just wants to know, what do you mean? Do you know
Good thing I'm not
we
freaking
have
making
ways
this
to
for
focus
anybody
on
other than
our lives,
myself.
trying to figure out what the fuck men mean when they say some of the dumb shit they say. You ever get a text like this? I've gotten texts like this. They say, thinking about
Yeah, when I'm making carvings for other people, I would never, I would start over if one had fell apart this many times on me. Because more than likely it's gonna get broke after they have it. I don't know what it is about little knickknacks like my wood carvings. They are so prone somehow to get knocked off or bumped or dropped. And if it's already fell apart this many times, it means it's going to be very weak if it were to fall and hit the floor and fall apart. So that's why I tend to start over if I'm making it for somebody else. But this one's just going to go in my collection because, like I said, it seemed interesting. And I didn't really want to fool with it because I wasn't like head over heels for it. But I couldn't quit thinking about it, so thought I'd try and knock it out.
Think about the history of women. It doesn't make sense. You think some pioneer woman was churning butter and she was like, you know what I was thinking I might do tonight? After I churn this here butter and make the soap and the candles, I was thinking when Ezekiel gets home.
Alright, I'm going to leave that alone for now.
I know. It's a radical decision, I agree, but we've escaped such hardship. I just feel like it's a Christian thing to do. Look at this.
Alright, let's go ahead and
Look at my top.
sit the whole body aside.
I don't want to waste that.
And let's tinker with our broken foot some.
Breathe out of my nose for 4 minutes and try not to vomit on my man. Who's listening? Let's do it.
Now we're gonna just hopefully this angle's good.
Because I gotta tell you, that is a thankless task. You know, this is a PSA I'm gonna do now that I have a national platform to be heard. Finally.
Let's see there, if that's back toe.
Can we do a close-up on me? If you have husbands or sons or anything, bring them right now to the computer or the television. Hello. My name is Lynn, and I need you to know this. This noise
we're just going to try and round these edges out to start to develop our more finished shape on our foot.
Ever seen anyone eat chocolate cake and go delicious? If you had a cat and the cat was like, you would not be like, oh look, the cat's happy. Press his face into the carpet. I don't want to. I'm worried for the cat. I feel like it's in duress. No. It loves it. Push his face in the car. Tell it it's a good kitty. Eat his treat. Eat it. If you were deaf and you looked down, this was all you saw. You should stop. You should stop. There's never a reason to put a man paw on the back of the head that's making a gaggy, vomiting noise. And that's what that noise means. It means I'm going to throw up, but I'm trying not to because I love you and I do not want to clean right now. It's such a double standard. Can you imagine if they were doing their thing on us and they made any kind of noise, even the slightest, just we'd be like, what happened? Am I not fresh? I showered right after the gym. Oh, come up here. I'll make you a sandwich. I'm mortified. We'd be calling our girlfriends. Oh, and then he like choked or something. We'd have wet wipes in our purse all the time. Hold on a minute. I gotta shower again. It's such a double standard. Okay, how do we make it a change? It's gonna take all of us.
Alright, that's not bad there. So before we start
We can do it. Now that I know
fooling with the rest of the
we can do it.
foot here, we want to just make our slight notch where the toes are.
I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. Next time your man's making a noise, I want you to say, I'm sorry, you started this, and now you're going to finish it. And then you lock him in. You lock him in. You lock him. If you can wrap your leg around his head, God bless you, do that. But if you can't, you just hold on. Now, when he realizes he's in, it's going to take a second for him to realize he's there against his will. And when he realizes it, trust me, I've done this, he's going to fight you like a ferret in a bag. But you just hold on. Don't let go. Don't let go. You just, if he takes you to the floor, you just keep holding on. Just lock him in like you're squeezing a walnut for Jesus. Just keep him in there. And just keep yelling at him. I'm sorry. You started it. I'll let you out when you're done. Get done. Now when he's done, jump out of the way because he's going to come up spitting and twitching like a crazy man. Like you crazy bitch, you covered up my nose. Oh, I couldn't breathe. You had your thighs over my ears. It was like white noise. I think you took upstairs. You were crazy. And then you just look him right in the face and go, you know you love it. So I accidentally gained like 40 pounds last year. I went shopping though. I decided I wanted to try and look nice, and I went shopping and
Define our foot a little bit more, or the toe of the foot at least.
whatever. You know, there's a point where you decide I'm not going to diet anymore. I'm just going to buy clothes for this. So I go into Soho, into a skinny white girl store in Soho, like really skinny attitude. She looks like an avatar, like everything's. And when she saw me, she looked me up and down, which I hate. And then she says, "Can I
we go. It looks a little bit more like a bird's foot.
It makes me feel bad about myself. So I called my friend
A
Linda.
giant cartoon version of it.
Wonderful. And Linda said, "Why do you do this to yourself? I told you, these clothes don't own you. You own the clothes. Get out of these skinny white girl stores and go uptown to 126th Street, which is Harlem, for those of you who don't know." And I went into, had the best experience of my whole life. I went into the Confident Black Girl store, and I learned a lot. For example, if you can get it on, it fits. And they took me into the room, and they will literally send a bitch into the dressing room with you. They had me like this. I'd never been in a dressing room like this. They had me like this with a knee in my back. Suck it in, girl. Suck it in. I was like, I'm a white lady. I don't struggle like this. I don't know how to do this. They had a woman on the premises that was she helped with foundation garments. And she was an older woman, and she had all Jesus posters and stuff in her little nook. And she said, "Come in here." She said, "That bra doesn't fit right. It's a 38 double D, and that's big." She goes, "Let me fit you." Well, the way she fit me was she just kind of like hugged me, which was odd, but okay, whatever. It's nice to be touched. And then she said, came back with this bra, no line. She goes, "Here," it was a 40F. F, like Frank. And I said, "This is really big." Like, I put my head in it, by the way. So I said, "It's really big." She goes, "Don't worry." And she had me lean over, and she put the bra on. Like, she's pulling and pushing and shoving, and there's another one in the back. So you're doing stuff. I stood up, and I was like, God, am I wrong, or is my waist smaller? So I put it in the bra. I just love that. And I gave her, the Confident Black Lady, the same criteria I gave the Avatar, and she said, without even blinking, you wanted a snake or leopard. I'm getting warm. I need my fan. I love this. Isn't this great? It's like a fan and a merkin.
What I'm doing right here, guys, is where I've used the pin to mark it.
I'm not a mom.
That's the areas we want to
Things instead of children.
kind of hit with the edge of our knife just to get rid of that
I had a woman come up to me after a show,
right
and
angle
she was like,
kind of shape to it.
"Be in my 40s and not have children. I feel really selfish."
Yeah, there we go.
Well, sometimes I do feel
Can make this one a little smaller though.
and I wake up at noon and look at all my nice shit. Takes this sting out of it. 'Cause I have sisters and friends, and I know that it's hard to keep your shit nice now with millennials, because you can't hit them. You just gotta try and talk. They're like, "Please, you want to keep it? Don't hurt it. Okay." And my sister, she gets up at 6 a.m. and just drives ungrateful people around all day. Like a sad Uber pool driver. And I've seen her try to eat
I'm going to try and
all their conversations. Like, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And they're like,
notch the toe underneath.
"Never gonna get a good rating." Here's the best thing about New York City, and if you're the people at home and all of you who are tourists, I have to say, one of the best things about this city, not all the things you think, not all the touristy things. If somebody, well, two things. One, you can say fuck as much as you want. You can say fuck to anyone. You see an old lady, "Hey, excuse
notch the toes to give it kind of those the joints, the like finger joints, knuckles. Here's a vulture. Obviously, all birds do because their feet kind of like little hands almost. But it adds just a little bit more dimension to the foot. And what you're doing is just what I call the V cut. You're going to come in at an angle on one side, not very deep at all. Do the same thing on the other side. And a little piece of wood will pop out. And I don't know how what's picking up on camera, because everything's kind of the same color right now. But I can see it really well. And then when we paint it, you'll definitely be able to see it. That's why you want to carve in as much detail as you can, because not only will it, or should it, show up once you paint, but say the colors or something aren't really making the shapes pop. You can try and use your painting skill and add some shadows and depth to your paint job in order to show the details more. Yeah. Alright guys, we got some good shapes going here. Let's see where the body is. If you want to compare the 2 feet, you can see a big difference, hopefully. Hopefully it's picking up on camera. Matter of fact, let's see. Yeah. You can see the clear distinct toes. You can see the notches a little bit in it. So I'm gonna keep working on the other foot. I'm gonna reattach the wing and the head, and we'll be back with our next clip after that.